Let us unite, let us unite. Everybody singing this melody. Let us unite, let us unite. That's the only way we all can be free. Let us unite, let us unite. Everybody joining this sweet refrain. Let us unite, let us unite. Nothing to lose with so much to gain.
Abraham gave birth to you, Muslim, Christian, and Hebrew. What caused the family to feud? Satan was at the root. 4 and 3 make 7. Also 5 and 2. One great universal truth, but many different point of view.
Let us unite, let us unite. Everybody singing this melody. Let us unite, let us unite. That's the only way we all can be free. Let us unite, let us unite. Everybody joining this sweet refrain. Let us unite, let us unite. Nothing to lose with so much to gain.
Unity or something start with you and I. Let's work it out together, you and I. Cause love is a thing you can't beg, neither borrow. No deficit, there will be more tomorrow. Take a big man to put difference aside. What a calamity when the difference collide. Every man self-righteous, don't be so shallow. Every man trust in the path that they follow.
Let us unite, let us unite. Everybody joining this sweet refrain. Let us unite, let us unite. Nothing to lose with so much to gain.
Abraham turning in his grave, seeing how the children behave, fighting and killing each other, denying the connection as brother, all waiting for the Messiah to pull the family together. But what will he require to keep them out of the judgment fire? We must unite in truth and do justice, practice righteousness. Then God's kingdom will come, and this wicked world will be done. We must unite the tribes in Ghana, Guinea, Mali, Nigeria, and Nkrumah's vision lights the world over, from Cape to Cairo, one Africa.
Too much division make a good thing spoil. Families are lost over land and isle. Then the want for revenge starts casting a shadow. Some try to forgive, but it's a hard pill to swallow. Love sin a go on the sacred style. Please say a prayer for the woman and child, and unite today so they can still have tomorrow. When fate separates us, it leads on to sorrow.
Let us unite, let us unite. Everybody singing this melody. Let us unite, let us unite. That's the only way we all can be free. Let us unite, let us unite. Everybody joining this sweet refrain. Let us unite, let us unite. Nothing to lose with so much to gain.
All of the nations of the earth as we speak are angry. They're angry because governments cannot suffice the needs of their people. They're angry because a few have gotten wealthy at the expense of the many. And the poor and the sick and the weak and the unlearned multiply. And the value of their lives are diminished by the rich and the powerful, so that when human life is devalued, that in the eyes of man you are unworthy of the gift of life, then it is easy for another human being to take the life of another human being that he or she has devalued. Black life in America is devalued. Hispanic life is devalued. Even poor white life is devalued. There's a way that I have to behave. I'm free, but I'm not free to rob you of yours. I'm not free to take from you what does not belong to me. So if I will construct my life according to these righteous principles, then between man and man, man and woman, peace. Between race and race, peace. Between rich and poor, peace. We have our beautiful Mexican family. This once was theirs. So you can't say to them they are aliens. That's a horrible word to use for former owners. I see my indigenous family here. Many tribes, but they're really one great nation of people that now must be reunited with themselves. So it's their time now, as well as ours, that God would intervene in our affairs and bring the bottom rail to the top. The government is not rehabilitating soldiers. When they send you away to kill. When you come home, they gotta reconstitute you for civilian life again. Make sure you have a job so you can take care of your family, but they're not doing it. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad says, a woman can do anything that a man does, and the only thing he forbids the woman to do is the thing that degrades her. So how high can you go? High as you want to. Why would God allow the female to wear his attributes if you can't be a manifestation of that attribute? Women, you got to be set free. What God has put within you must be cultivated, must be developed, and must be used for the advancement of a nation and a world. I said to myself, Mr. President, why the hell don't you go to the wicked police department? Why the hell don't you stand up and tell them that your killing of black youth and brown youth is not gonna hold no more? Why don't you stand up? God's world is in need of a truth that will set up a government where everybody can live in peace, under real freedom, real justice, and real equality.
Good morning. Good morning. I guess it's a little around 6:15 this morning. My name is Ty Best. I'm located in Newport News, Virginia, and I'm fired up this morning. And so I said, I got to make this stream. I got to make this. Now, I woke up one of these epiphanies this morning, and this epiphany started first. Well, I'm gonna give everybody a little chance who might be up this morning to check in before I start. This is gonna be a little 10-minute video. I made a commitment. So I'm gonna try to do a 5 to 10-minute video, clean up until we launch. Good morning, Mr. Glenn Perkins. Good morning, Miss Marilyn. Good morning, Jacqueline Burrell. Man, you guys up early in the morning. Good morning to you. But they said we got some stuff going on early in the morning. Doesn't mean you're excited and can't sleep. Good morning, Mr. Ree Hollywood. Hicks, girl, how you doing? David Mack, how are you? Sheila Goat, how you doing? James Hankerson, how you doing this morning? Ronald, good morning. Rashida Wan, how you doing? Assalamu alaikum, my sister. Good morning to you. Buenos dias, Juan Martinez. Muy bien. ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo está, sir? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Marilyn, good morning. Good morning for all those folks. Look, man, some folks are chiming. You guys are, man, Cassell, good morning to you. You guys are up here, man. It's not even 6:31. Well, I know Kevin's going to be up. Kevin don't sleep, man. Kevin don't sleep. Good morning, Janice. Good morning. I have my glasses on, so I can't. Drew, good morning, Drew. Good morning. And Mr. Perkins, the grandfather of the year, man. Pamela Dixon, how you doing this morning? Dale Wright, good morning to you guys. I'm going to tell you something, man. Anyway, look, let me go because I said I want to make this brief. So I made a commitment. I said I want to do about a 10 sometime every day until we launch. Hey, good morning, Phil Bree, my brother in Texas. How you doing? Good morning, Mr. Treadwell, man. What you doing up? Good God Almighty. Tell Dan and said hello. Good morning. Look, folks, I had a morning epiphany. I said I'm gonna do everything I can to do a 10-minute video for the next until we launch. Until we launch, Gold Standard Partners. I want to do something 10 minutes every day. And this morning, my message got me fired up because business part of Mr. Marlon Thorne, I believe, down in Atlanta, Georgia. Marlon sent me a picture, and it said, "This is what poverty looks like in the Philippines." And I don't know, man. I was so anyway. Don't want to start to my thing about that. Hey, good morning, April Johnson. Good morning. Let me get back to this. I was so moved by that picture, and this thing came in my spirit. It says, so here's the title of this talk, and I'm gonna be done in a few minutes. I'm just gonna make 3 points. I want to keep everything so simple. It says, if you got a look. You got a phone, a dream, and a chance. That's the title of this talk. A phone, a dream, a chance. Write that down. A phone, a dream, a chance. And it started because I had to keep my head that said, if you got a phone, you got a chance. Okay? That's what we have in our hands to offer the world, folks. If they got a phone, they have a chance. No matter where they live. From the Philippines to Bangladesh to Compton, California to Brooklyn, New York to East End, Newport News to Atlanta, Georgia, it doesn't matter. To the ghettos all over the world. I'm speaking to folks who are in impoverished situations all over the world who think there is no hope. If you got a phone, and statistics say you do. Good morning, Constant Darren Dispute. Good morning. If you got a phone, today, you have a chance. Unlike any other time in the history of mankind, if you got a phone, you got a chance. Okay? Because your phone, almost every single mobile phone today is connected to the world. It's connected to the internet. And if you're connected to the internet, to this age of information, it can lift you out of poverty. It can lift you out of whatever circumstances. You are not limited by your circumstances. 100 years ago, 200 years ago, you were limited geographically. You were not mobile. Then the automobile made us mobile, okay? The horse made us mobile. The automobile made us more mobile. The airplane connected the world. And now the internet has connected the entire world. So regardless of where you live, regardless of your circumstances, regardless of what you were born into, regardless of what your finances are right now, if you have a phone, you have a chance to lift up you and your family out of whatever circumstance you are. But here's the thing. Second point. You got to have a dream. I don't care what the circumstance, you cannot live in your circumstances. You've got to get a dream, and you got to live in that dream. You can't live in the fact that you sleep in a room with 8 other family members. You can't live in the fact that you're sleeping in a bed with 4 other brothers and sisters. You can't live in the fact that you're living on soup and water every day. You've got to have a dream. If you got a phone, let me calm down. God Almighty. And you got a dream, okay? All you got to do is change your thinking. Wealth Builders Worldwide is about helping you to change your thinking. We do a 10:45 a.m. power call on Gold Rocks every morning at 10:45 Eastern Standard Time. Do what? We ain't trying to inspire you. We're trying to help you, inspire you a little, but we're trying to do more than that. We're trying to change your thinking. I don't care where you are on this planet, in this world. If you're watching this 10-minute clip, you've been blessed. And I want you to understand, or you're watching on your phone right now, you got a chance. But the first thing you got to do is start the dream in spite of your circumstances, in spite of your parents, in spite of your brothers and sisters, in spite of your negative neighbors, friends, relatives, in spite of your past. You've got to start to dream again. Or if you already got a dream, hold on to that dream and start believing that it's possible for you to take that phone, connect to Facebook, connect to Instagram, connect to all the social media, connect to the whole world. And regardless of where you live, you now got a chance. So why do you have a chance? Because that phone, one, you can take that phone and now build your worldwide business. And we're launching in 2 weeks the greatest worldwide business I've ever seen. I have 37 years experience in this industry. I've written 4 books. I've been full-time in it for 25 years. I know what I'm talking about. This is the best the world has ever seen. It's going to be launched in 2 weeks. You know why it's the best? Number one, it's going to be the first blockchain-based network marketing, e-commerce, referral-based, whatever you want to call it. It's the first networking business where people connect through the phone over the blockchain. Why is that so important? Because the blockchain works 24 hours a day, 7 days. You say, I don't understand the blockchain. You don't have to understand the blockchain. You don't have to understand cryptocurrency. All you have to understand is that you got a phone, you can start to learn, and you can start right now as soon as we launch right now. Good morning, Mr. Cloris Cox. Good morning, Brother Eric Teray Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good morning to you. Good morning, Mr. Nisha Glassy. You got a chance. You got a phone. You got a dream. You got to change your attitude. And that's what 1045 is about. And then now you got a business model. You got a business model where it's free to enroll. And then we have a package. So you need to buy a business package. It's one time out of pocket, around $150. Anybody. Good morning, Jason Pompey, Michael L. Dalco's best friend in the world. Good morning to you. Okay. Good morning, Leonard Johnson, April Johnson. Good morning. Okay. You got a phone. All you got to do is 3 simple steps. Okay. Number 1, get a package. Costs you around $150. Right now, we don't know the exact price. You can't enroll right now. All you do is start putting together your list to take advantage of the greatest opportunity this world has ever seen for the average person, the person deep in poverty, deep in a poverty mindset, deep in debt, deep in lack of time, no money, no time, no money, just broke, whatever you want to call it. I want you to forget your past and think about his opportunity. Let me get back to opportunities. I'm done. 3 things you got to do. Number 1, get a package. Number 2, find 3 people with a dream to get a package. 3 people who still believe in the possibility of their lives to get a package. Okay. And then step 3. Okay. Watch this. Duplicate steps 1 and 2. Teach people to duplicate steps 1 and 2. How do you get people involved in the program? It's not about you. It's about you drive them to the presentation that we're now doing 3 times a day on Gold Rocks every day. 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and again at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And we haven't even launched a company, and we're doing 3 presentations a day minimum. Those are 3 standard ones. We have leaders doing presentations throughout the day. So let me make this very clear. This morning I woke up. Thank you again, Marlon, for inspiring me with that picture. That picture showed me a picture of poverty in the Philippines. That's when somebody in America talk about they broke it. Man, I don't want to hear it. Okay? Because it's a mindset. And I titled this talk this morning says, if you got a phone, you got a chance. So if you got a phone, you got a dream, and now you got a chance. Please hear me out, folks. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, no matter what your situation is, okay? Plug in the Wealth Builders Worldwide. Do those 3 simple things, okay? Enroll yourself, find 3 people who enroll themselves. That's going to put you in a position to make over $200,000 in the next 9 months to a year. It can be done in 9 hours. It can be done in 9 days. It can be done in 9 weeks. But I like to say, give yourself time to succeed. Where else are you going to find an opportunity where all you need is a phone, a dream, and now you got the chance? The chance what we're doing here, plugging the Wealth Builders Worldwide. We're going to help get that mindset right. And then you can make it happen. It really is that simple. Folks, I made this. You can share with all your friends all around the world. Everybody you connect with around the world, and let them know they got a chance. Why? Because they got a phone. They're watching on the phone. Okay, they got a chance. Why? Because this business that we're going to launch here in December is the first. This is your chance to be the first on what will end up being one of the biggest companies in the history of the world. Why? Because we're the first blockchain-based company that pays 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, real time. Every time something happens, you get paid. You got a phone, you got a dream, and now you got a chance. Okay, 3 presentations a day. Remember those 3 things you got to do. Get a package, find 3 people who get a package, then duplicate steps 1 and 2. That's it. Those are 3 steps right there that take you to $200,000 plus in the next 9 to 12 months. It's that simple, folks. God bless. It's early in the morning. I said 10 minutes. I think we did it. God bless. Dream big. Ahoo.
As we go to G2, let's review what the first G is about. 3G leaders are grounded. They have a foundation that makes them solid. And we've studied that the 3 qualities of a grounded leader are humility. They have an understanding of their place in light of God and others. Authenticity, they are comfortable in their own skin. And 3, they have a calling. They have a purpose that is bigger than themselves. The second G is growing. The great leaders are growing. They have a hunger that makes them stretch. Stay with me in the paragraph. A growing leader is a little wiser today than he was yesterday. He never stops learning. He never stops reflecting. He's not afraid of change because he knows that growth is dependent on it. He is more concerned about getting better than being perfect. He is constantly looking to improve himself and the people around him. So I sat down and I spent a great deal of time on this lesson because, I wrote the 15 laws of growth. I talk a lot about growth. And let me give you a little bit of my thought process before I teach it today. As I thought about you and how important you are to me, and I thought about the vitality that growth brings, I began to ask myself, what are the areas that a person has got to make sure that they grow in? I suppose we can grow in a lot of areas, but if you're going to be really good, you got to get it down to a few areas where you say, these are essential to my success. And what are they? And so I had the most wonderful day. Margaret and I have a cottage up in Highlands, North Carolina, and it's in the mountains, and it just lets me get away. And I took my legal pad and I asked myself for an entire day, John, what are the essential elements? What are the essential areas that a person really needs to grow in to be successful? Let me give them to you. Number one is confidence. Confidence. I love this humorous thought on confidence that I have next. Confidence is the uplifting feeling you have before you truly understand the situation. Hey, by the way, show your hands. How many of you have been there before, huh? You just feel so confident and you feel so good. You go, oops, oops, oops. Okay. Great leaders are confident in themselves. They're confident in their vision, and they're confident in people. And the result of that confidence in themselves, their vision, and the people, the result of that is that the people have confidence in their leader. A confident leader gives people confidence. In fact, I'm going to do a whole lesson on this next statement, because when I had my legal pad and I was spending my day just thinking on this, I realized once I made this next statement that I was on to something, and I've got to go tap into my mind a little bit more and pull it out. We think of leaders sometimes and we think, oh, they're so charismatic. And we think of charisma as a personality. Listen to me very carefully, because what I'm going to say is going to help some of you. Confidence is the core of charisma. When you see a person that has charisma, the core of that ability to be free and open and enjoy their life, the very core of that is that they are confident in themselves. And I remember so well, let me tell you a quick story. I remember so well. This would be, this would be in the 1970s. And Margaret and I were going somewhere, and so I stopped at McDonald's. They didn't have a drive-through then. I mean, it's where you got out of the car and you went in. And I wanted to get something to eat, and I wanted to get a Diet Coke. And so I went in and I asked for a Diet Coke, and I'll never forget, the girl behind the counter said, "We don't have Diet Coke, we just have Coke." And I said, okay. Then I'll tell you what, I don't want that. Just give me a cup full of ice. And she looked at me and said, "Oh, I don't think I can do that, sir." I mean, she's looking on her little deal, and there's no place where you punch a cup of ice. And so she said, "Why?" She said, I don't think we could do that." And I smiled real confident at her, and I said, "Yes, you can." And I'll never forget, she looked at me and said, "Okay." Okay. And she went over and she got a cup, she got an ice, she was happy as a clam, gave it to me, and I thanked her very much, and off I went. And as I walked back to the car, all of a sudden I realized what confidence does for people. Yes, you can. You can do that. Oh, okay. Woo! Never thought of it before. I would wish for every one of you today, as a coach, to really become a confident person. If you want a marketing plan, nothing sells like confidence. Nothing. Once you're confident and you truly know that you can help people, once you truly know that you can add value, I can tell you, I can look people right in the eye and I can say with all the integrity in the world, trust me, I can take you to a whole new level in your life. I'm not BSing them. I'm not delusional on drugs. I know. And guess what they do? They buy into that confidence. So I began to ask myself, what are the confidence killers? If we're going to grow in it, we got to know where to clear the weeds, don't we? The number one confidence killer is low self-image. I don't think I can rises from a deeper, I don't think I am. I don't think I can rises from a deeper, I don't think I am. Lower self-worth translates into 37% less willingness to negotiate and use of 11% fewer negotiation strategies. Increased self-worth correlates with a greater willingness to incur the risk of prolonged negotiation and greater adaptability. This is a powerful statement on negotiation. You won't even go and negotiate if you don't have the confidence. In short, the less confidence you have in yourself, the faster you will give up trying to get what you want. That's a fact. When I see a person that quits quickly, they have low self-confidence, low self-esteem. That's why they quit. Fear is another killer of confidence. You see, confidence comes from not always being right, but not fearing to be wrong. When you run into a confident person, the confident person isn't always right. They just don't fear being wrong. I can tell you every day, I'm confident about a lot of decisions. Now, some of the decisions I'm confident about aren't the best decisions, but I don't look at myself and say, well, what happens if I fail? What happens if I'm wrong? It just doesn't bother me. I don't fear that failure. There's a popular cliche that says, you don't know what you can do until you try. I like that you never try until you know what you can do. Confidence releases the risk. Confidence releases the risk. All my life, I've tried to share my confidence with others. All my life, I've tried to bring people that were maybe had a little bit more timidity about decision making in life and go alongside of them, put my arm around them and say, hey, I'll loan you my confidence for a while. Let's go do it. The third confidence killer, the first one, okay, this is good, is low self-image, and then there's fear. The third confidence killer is other people's opinion of you. Wow. That will suck confidence out of your body. If you worry about what people think of you, it's because you have more confidence in their opinion than you have of your own. And I see people all the time that say, well, I wonder what they're going to think. Or what will they think? Who gives a crap? Listen to me. My name's John. I'm your friend. Since when did you always feel so low in your self-image that you lowered your opinion of yourself so much that you let somebody else walk in your life and trample all over it? They don't have that right. And yet I see people do it all the time. When you get confidence, you won't let people walk all over you. You won't let people take advantage of you. You won't let people all the time manipulate you. You won't become a victim of everybody else and kind of, this is kind of the way it is. You're going to meet the most wonderful person in the world tomorrow morning when you meet my father. I respect my father more than any human being in this world. He's truly the greatest man I know. I love him more than life itself. And when you see him and you hear him tomorrow, you're going to fall in love with him. Because who he is greater than what he says. He's an amazing person. And I was in an organization that was hurting my growth. I was in an organization where negativity reigned and it was full of dysfunction. And I was a young kid who really wanted to make a difference. And every time I tried to make a difference, it's this number, you know what I'm saying? I'd raise up and I'd get pounded back down, and I would pull away and I'd try again because it's all I knew. It's where I got educated. It's where all my friends were. And my father was the most influential person in that organization. He wasn't like those people. I grew up in an amazing environment, but in that little environment I grew up, all around me was poison. And I can remember at 33 deciding I had to leave that organization. It wasn't hard to leave the organization But that meant I had to go to my father and tell him that I was going to leave what he loved and what he knew and what he had hoped for me, because I was the kid everybody said would follow my father's footsteps. And I had to go walk into my father's life and say, Dad, I'm not following your footsteps here. I'm leaving this organization. Now, I wanted his blessing, but I can still remember telling Margaret, I pray for his blessing, but if I don't get it, I'm going anyway. That day is as clear as if it was yesterday. It was a half a life ago. I'm 66. I was 33. And I made an appointment with my dad at his office. And I sat down for 3 hours, and I wept like a baby. And I said goodbye to the people I knew, and to the school I knew, and to the church I knew, and to the culture I knew. And I looked at my father and I said, Dad, I'm going. You can't talk me out of it. Can I have your blessing? Now, fortunately for me, he loved me and gave me his blessing. But let me tell you what I did to my dad. My father, for the next 6 months, had to explain his son to all of those people. There are some of you in this room, you'll never rise to your potential until you get rid of the people in your life. Are you hearing me? You had better get some courage, or you're going to suck around and live in a leper colony and wonder why you never get whole. If I could do anything for you, I would walk into your life and I would breathe courage into your life. And courage is a result of confidence. You have never seen a courageous person that didn't have confidence. It is not the difficulties that defeat us. It's the lack of confidence in ourselves that defeats us. Confidence is the cornerstone of leadership. Clarence Randall said the leader must know that he knows, and must be able to make it abundantly clear to those around him that he knows. I was privileged when the Soviet Union was about to fall. I was invited to come and speak in the Kremlin. I was one of the first, maybe the first, but within question, one of the first 2 or 3 people to get to go into the palace inside the Kremlin and speak words of freedom and liberty to a country that had 70 years of dictatorship and oppression. Our guide was a girl named Anna, and Margaret and I and our 2 children were there for about 5 or 6 days, and Anna stayed with us the whole time, and she was a delightful young lady, and she was so proud because if you'll remember, when the tanks came in to try to settle that whole dispute, and it came to a kind of a crisis point in the Kremlin, if you'll remember, Boris Yeltsin went out. And here's the story. When those tanks came in from the army, they were under the order to arrest Boris Yeltsin. And Boris Yeltsin walked out, climbed on that first tank, opened the hatch, and shook the guy's hand and said, I want to thank you for coming over on our side and helping us free the people. And the commander said his confidence caught us unaware. And when he left, we talked among ourselves and decided to help him. It's one of the great confidence stories that has ever been done and told in the history of mankind. Now, that's what confidence will do for you. Confidence will allow you to go on top of a tank, open the hatch, and thank the guy that was there to shoot you for joining your side. I love that story. Every time, and Anna, our little Anna guy, she would just cry, and she said, I was there. I was in the square the day that it happened. And I love that. Confidence stimulates creativity that discovers answers. Confidence will stimulate a creativity that will discover the answer. Teddy Roosevelt said, whenever you're asked if you can do a job, tell them, certainly I can, and then get busy and find out how to do it. I've done this all my life. There's never been a week go by in my life I haven't told somebody yes and smiled and shook their hand, then and walked away and said, now I got to figure out what to do. My gosh, I just said yes. I wonder how I do this. The second thing that you need to grow in, confidence will change your life. The second area is courage. And I would like you to consider these thoughts about courage today. Courage is the willingness to let go of the familiar. What you have known and what you have done hinders you from being what you could become. Life expands or shrinks in proportion to your courage. Stay with me in your notes now. Many, many great things have begun with a single act of courage throughout history and today. A person steps out and makes one courageous decision, and that one domino starts many other dominoes following. Stanley said, this is my friend Andy, we have to step out and take the first step. And we may never know the ripple effect that one courageous decision. Catalyst leaders, your decision is to do something courageous, and it may result in something greater than you ever imagined. Step out. Courage is not waiting for your fear to go away. We know this. We know this at the gut level. But many times fear still holds us back. Fear in leadership usually is connected to the uncertainty about the future. But uncertainty about the future is never going to go away. I tell leaders all the time, uncertainty is why they are leaders. Uncertainty gives you job security. Whenever there's uncertainty, there will always be a need for leaders, which means always stepping out in the unknown, which always requires courage. I loved his statement, courage was like moving the dominoes. And I run people all the time that say, well, I'm not certain about it. Leaders are always uncertain. We're never sure. But that doesn't eliminate courage. It's courage that gets people to move, not certainty. Courage is living one's convictions in the face of fear. Fear, it can be a speed bump, but it shouldn't be a stop sign. The Bible never says that courage and fear are mutually exclusive. In fact, the most courageous acts take place despite fear. The book of Hebrews expresses this quite graphically. Stand firm on your shaky legs. I love that, huh? Those who follow will become strong. In San Diego, every year I would take my staff on a retreat, and every year I would do this exercise with them. New staff members that had come on during that year, I would give them the plaque, and the plaque would say, I don't have to survive. And I would tell new staff members, you're on staff not to play it safe. You don't have to survive here. You don't even have to live. But be courageous. In Acts chapter 20, here's what Paul said, I feel compelled to go to Jerusalem. I'm completely in the dark about what will happen when I get there. I do know it won't be any picnic. For the Holy Spirit has let me know repeatedly and clearly that there are hard times and imprisonment ahead. Here's your phrase. But that matters little. What matters most to me is to finish what God started. The job that Master Jesus gave me, and letting everyone know that I meet that know about this incredible, extravagant generosity of God. I was sharing in one of my Q&As yesterday that we have fear and we have faith, and the stronger emotion will always win. If my faith is stronger than my fear, which is positive, then I'll do the things that faith requires. If my fear is stronger than my faith, I'll always do the things that fear requires. You got to feed your faith. You got to starve your fear. This is one of my favorite leadership quotes by Nelson Mandela. This was given before he went to prison in 1964. Nelson Mandela said, "During my lifetime, I've dedicated my life to the struggle of the African people. I have fought against white domination, and I fought against black domination. I've cherished the ideal of a democratic and free society in which all people live together in harmony and have equal opportunities. It's an ideal which I hope to live for and to see realized. But my Lord," he's talking to the judge, "if it needs be, it's an ideal which I am prepared to die." Courage is the door that can only be opened from the inside. Someone on the outside can't do this for you. You gotta open it from the inside. This means only you can do it. And you can do it. This was difficult for me because I was so relationally driven in my early years. I just wanted everybody to love me. I just wanted everybody to like me. And I could tell you story after story of bad leadership decisions I made in my early years because I just wanted peace. I just wanted everyone to think well of me. I just wanted everybody to smile. And I can tell you stories of compromises I made, stupid decisions I made, because I just wanted approval. I was so relationship driven that I just couldn't make a hard decision because what would somebody feel, or what would somebody do, or what would somebody think? Now you see me at this age. You have no idea how easy it is for me to look you in the eye and tell you the truth and not flinch nor care. I didn't get this way overnight, but I did get this way because there came a day in my life that I decided that I wanted to be a leader, not a clown. And my job was to help people, not make them happy. There came a day in my life when I quit doing Disneyland with people. Okay? Courage is the most important of all virtues because without it, you can't practice any other virtue with consistency. People don't follow titles, they follow courage. Boy, do I love that quote. Isn't that beautiful? Number 3, one more. The third area of growth that I would like you to grow in confidence, courage. Number 3, decision making. Decision making is so essential to success. And the reason I guess I'm pressing on that a little bit is because they're just now in Atlanta building the John Maxwell Leadership Center. And I don't talk about that very much just because I don't talk about that very much. But if you go up 85 in Atlanta, getting into the Sugarloaf, Gwinnett area where the Gwinnett Convention Center is, If you look off to the left, there's a big building being built right now that will be completed by the end of this year. It'll be the John Maxwell Leadership Center. It's a $27 million building that other people raised money for. I didn't raise a dime for it. It's going to be the state of the art as far as communication. The box that they have built for me holds 250 people, is going to do all the recording, all the sound, all the major technology. The box itself costs $10 million. State of the art. And in the John Maxwell Leadership Center, they're going to have a boardroom. And so the people around me said, John, we would like for you in the boardroom, since you have discussions and make decisions, we would like you to put the most important decisions that you've ever made in your life. And we'd like to put it around the boardroom so when people go in and have meetings, they would be able to read and say, oh my gosh, that was an important decision in his life. So I'm going to give you the 5 decisions that have formed my life. This in itself could be a 2-hour lesson. I'll just give them to you, okay? The first category is what I call ministry decision. And at the age of 23, this was the quote that I kind of accepted for my life and ministry. I will attempt things so big that if they're accomplished, only God will get the credit. And throughout my life, I've tried to make decisions that were so big that when they happened, only God would get the credit. I'm in one right now, as you know, because you're helping me with Guatemala. My gosh. A whole country, president on down, teaching and learning leadership values and working on becoming transformational leaders. Instead of giving you the examples, I want to read you this paragraph. There are times when I feel obligated to lead farther than I have walked. Let me stop there for a moment. Have you ever been there? You got to lead farther, and you say, I haven't even walked there yet. There are times when I feel obligated to lead farther than I have walked. I don't feel holy enough, faithful enough, strong enough, gracious enough, competent enough, or qualified enough. It is at that time that I allow my weaknesses to bring me to God, who is more than enough. The second group of vital decisions I have made in my life that have formed me are personal growth decisions. And at the age of 26, I said to myself, I will intentionally grow every day, and I will develop my strengths. Let me take you again, not 2 examples of it, don't have time for that. Let me just take you to the paragraph. My growth journey from here to there has been often lonely. The reason is that I'm willing to admit wrong because of my desire to grow and change. Stay with these words, they are powerful. Growth is a result of bad habits dropped, wrong priorities changed, and new ways of thinking embraced. Here we go. The people who do not grow are unwilling to leave what they have known and practiced. They're not willing to admit wrong so they can discover what is right. Therefore, they cling to right, and their lives turn out wrong. How sad. Surrender of being right is a prerequisite to finding right. You can feast your mind on that for about a week. Thirdly is partnership decisions. At the age of 30, I basically said this: I will first help others get what they want and what they need. Then they will help me get what I need. My wonderful friend Zig taught me that. And partnership has been absolutely huge in my life. And I'm grateful. The John Maxwell team is a classic example of partnership. Again, let me read just the statements, the paragraph. Early in my life, I had a decision to make. Would I be a ladder climber or a ladder builder? In the beginning, I made the wrong decision. I chose to be a ladder climber. I viewed all of my colleagues in ministry as competitors, and I worked hard to climb the ladder faster than them. As I started to succeed, I felt lonely and unfulfilled. I changed and became a ladder builder. I began to complete others instead of compete with them. I discovered that helping others succeed with me is more rewarding than my personal success. The fourth area of decisions that are key, I believe, in growth is relationship decisions. At the age of 33, I said I will live in such a way that those who are closest to me will love and respect me the most. My best friends are people who've known me the longest and are the closest to me. Here we go. Success creates a gap between myself and others. It's my responsibility to close that gap. I don't want fans, I want friends. I don't want to be above the crowd. I want to walk slowly through the crowd. However, for many, that gap is still wide. They see me on stage, they read my books, and they use my resources. They know about me, but they don't know me. But my family, my inner circle, my longtime friends, they know me very well. They know my weaknesses and often are recipients of my shortcomings. To be unconditionally loved by those who know me well is my greatest joy. I am not a self-made man. I am who I am because of those who cared enough about me to touch my soul. Leadership decisions. At age 48, I will add value to leaders who will multiply value to others. Read one more paragraph. In 1976, I was called to train leaders. Over the years, that calling has evolved and taking shape. Resourcing leaders became an early commitment of mine, and then the Hatchet Committee determined that my speaking schedule should give priority to the number of leaders that we would have in the audience. Then my publisher, Thomas Nelson, discovered that 60% of my reading audience was in the secular community. And I immediately sensed God directed me to focus on that market and to be salt and light in the business community. Often people ask me about my legacy. It is in the hands of leaders we have trained. Those hands will live beyond me and reach people that I could not have reached. And I close with this. Look me in the eye. It is in your hands that I give my legacy. Thank you very much. As we go to G2, let's review.
No unity, no power. White power for white people. Black power for black people. 1967. The Black Panther Party. The movement. Freedom.
Let's talk about freedom, freedom, freedom.
We will not bow down to racism. We will not bow down to injustice. We will not bow down to exploitation. I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna stand.
Now this is time to free your mind and your soul. Yo, our story has never been told. Ladies, you got to demand what you want, and what we want is respect, right?
Come and take a walk with me, closer walk with me, see what only I can see.
Sisters, check this. Watch this. Turn us loose, set us free from all the chains that bind me. Let us run in our own direction. Let us go, set us free from all this propaganda and lies that your people try to teach us. I know why you would like to bring us down, because we have all the deals on you. You try to tell us that our lives don't mean anything, but we know so much better, so we're gonna take up the freedom. Freedom for my body, freedom for my mind, freedom for my spirit. All this time you've been telling us these lies, but now we finally figured out okay. Yeah, all that we would never wise up, but we'll show the how black female can do. Still you continue to keep us oppressed, but no, we ain't going out like that. Oh no, no. All these lies and all this propaganda you want us to take, we're gonna take it. Freedom from my body, freedom from my mind, freedom from my spirit, freedom from my body, freedom from my heart and my soul. I see the fear in your eyes, surprise, so cover it all. I know just who I am and what I wanna do. I can make you run, make you hide from all your ancestors' transgression that you hold inside. Sisters rising up and sing that our time is here. We're taking back what's been ours for years.
Let the heaven of a sister embrace you, embrace them all the
all these lies and all this propaganda that you want us to say, we're gonna take out. Freedom from my mind, freedom for my
There I go. There I go. Ready for evolution. How's everyone this morning? Boy, courage. Courage is the only door that can open from the inside. You have to open that from the inside. And when you know it takes the courage, you align yourself with people who have that courage will rub off all inside of you and you'll let it go. It'll come forth and you'll challenge every fear out there like it was just a mere bag of shells. Great grand morning to all of you. Thank you, YouTubers, for keeping this platform alive. And man, look, this is that was an awesome message. There was no way in the world that we could not start this week without that message. It had so many depths to it. I mean, unbelievable message. And it's one that I would think that you all would want to hear again and allow it to resonate with you. So I want to encourage all of you to go to the YouTube channel, Eric Teray Muhammad YouTube channel, and go and take a look at that message. That's where you'll find it. And as most of the class and sessions, those that aren't blocked or banned, you will find them on the YouTube channel. I'm encouraging all of you to like the channel, subscribe to the channel, share the channel, because it's our desire come turn of 2021 to provide a full-fledged broadcast from YouTube. I mean, a regular broadcasting network from YouTube through that channel. So look forward to that, because it's coming, because we believe. We believe. Housekeeping notes. Tuesday is the day. Tomorrow, I'm talking about tomorrow, Tuesday, the 24th of November. It's our marathon, 2 p.m. It's a Zoom platform. The meeting ID is there. The passcode is there. What is going to take place? Matter of fact, y'all take a screenshot of that. What is going to take place is that you're going to come with your list, all of you. Bring yourselves and your list and your phone to the platform. We're going to prove Mr. Ty Best's comments earlier in this program true. We're going to prove them bondable. If we call people and we tell them about this opportunity, what will December look like for you in this first week? What will it look like? I'm encouraging all of you to keep it 100. I mean, you bring your list and your phone, and we will help us develop our A game. But get in the game so you can get to the A. Get in the game. Make the call. And we're going to show you how to do it. Sister Veronica and I, myself and others will be really hosts to this platform. And you're really going to see what it is when you believe. That's our team, y'all. Team Believe. That's what we claimed. All those who claim Team Believe, put it in the chat and let people know you're here. Represent your team. Represent your squad. We're all WBW. We're all wealth builders. We are all wealth builders worldwide. What brought me to this point, what has brought all of us to this point, is our belief. It's our belief. And so this is what I know, that those who have joined us in this opportunity, the majority of us around the world, we have the desire to increase the belief in others. What is it that we want other people to believe? That they can make it, that they have a chance, that it is possible, that is doable, that is attainable. Why? Because they have an example in front of them that does exactly what they're being asked to do. So there's a couple things I do want to share real quick. I know we're a little past time. I want to thank all of you, but I want you to understand this. Number one, we're launching. You're going to receive your links real soon. Links meaning, for those who don't know, we're talking about your referral links, those links that give sponsorship. This is what I need for you to understand about this. And we're going to go over it again. We're going to do our 4 o'clock today, our 4 o'clock training today. This is what I need for y'all to understand. Number one, get your package before you give out the link. Someone type that in the chat, YouTube as well as Facebook channels. Get your package before you extend your referral link, because blockchain technology allows everything to happen in real time. That means you're getting paid in real time. You're not waiting 30 days. You're not waiting every 2 weeks. You're not waiting once a month. Every tick of the clock, when the transaction occurs, you're getting paid. It's coming to you instantly. But if you don't have your package, you don't qualify for the revenue that's coming, because you don't have your levels of organization set up. Get your package first before you give out your link, so the money does not miss you, because it will run by you. All right. Some of you have put in work where you have, like myself, 200, 300 people lined up to say, hey, I'm ready to go. You get them the link before you get that package. They get their package. That money goes past you. It's not yours. Oh, they're your affiliate. They're who you sponsored, but you missed that initial fire. And that's what gives you, that's what guarantees your launch. the revenue stream that is so awesome that is in your hands right now. But you must, before you give out your link, you get your package. You have your $150 and you show and prove that when you spend $150 one time legally, you spend your $150 one time in 6 months, you can see $200,000 on this year, or it can be in 9 weeks, or it can be in 9 days. It can be before 2020 closes out. But you have to position yourself beyond the sensation, beyond the emotion, and make sure you have your package. I hope I drove that home. I think I did okay with that. You got to have your package. You got to have your package. You must have your package. Because I'm telling you, you're in a position for 10, but I mean, you're literally looking at, man, you can see $10,000 or more in the same day. Yes, Brother Robert, I believe that you can use the Bitcoin. Yeah, I know you can use Bitcoin to pay for your package. Okay, so when your link is received from your sponsor, those who are with me, when your link is received from me, get your package, register your link, get your package, then give out to your team. That is so vitally important. I don't want you to miss a dime of all this that we've been working towards of the last, not just the last 2 or 3 weeks. Some of us 4, 5, 6, 7 years, folks. Some of us came from other opportunities 20 years ago. You are literally positioned now to get paid for what you started. I'm not talking about just in wealth builders. You've gotten to this point because it's been a journey and you were willing to take the journey. You remained encouraged. You remained with courage and you took the journey. There's so many people that I hear testimony from who say, hey, I hear what you're saying, brother, but I don't really want to do this. And I said, well, okay, maybe it's not for you. And then something goes off inside of them and they jump right on. Why? Because it's not me. It's not you. It's the exposure to us. It has something to do with it, yes. But there's a decision that's made from the inside because that door of courage only opens from the inside. Oh, Mr. Maxwell said some stuff here. He said, I will attempt things in my life that are so big that when it's achieved, when it's completed, only God can get the credit. Woo! Boy, oh boy. So look, help people understand, even if you do not speak with them. Pray over it, meditate over it, ask them to be made successful. You know, in our prayers every day as Muslims, we say, oh Allah, make Muhammad successful and make the followers of Muhammad successful. Why? Because we know that our success is rooted and predicated on your success. We know and understand as servant leaders where the desire is to duplicate yourself in others. Here we have that same opportunity, right? It's about the duplication, folks. It's about the duplication. You're about to get paid for what you started 7 years ago. You're about to get paid in real time for what you started 20 years ago. You're about to get paid in real time for what you might have started 30 or 40 years ago, or 7 minutes ago, or a half hour ago. Because it's the quality of purpose that is resonating from you that God embraces much. Ooh, that message from Mr. Maxwell was fire today. Thank y'all so much for allowing us the opportunity to share it. And remember, tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern time, this is the platform. Bring your list, bring your contacts. I'm telling you, family, we're going to do this thing. It's us. We're going to do it. We're going to grow it. We've already won. You might as well be poised and positioned to celebrate. Now, classes in session every Monday through Saturday, sometimes Sunday, at 8 a.m. Eastern on the pages you're viewing from. Definitely the Eric Teray Muhammad YouTube channel. At times on Facebook, on the Eric Teray Muhammad page on Facebook, as well as We Are Farrakhan page on Facebook. You know, join us. Join us. Feed on it a little bit and let your day move in the way that you desire. 10:45 this morning, you heard Mr. Best saying in the opening of our program. 10:45 this morning, a.m. Eastern, is the mighty power call with the Hollins team, Dr. and Dr. Hollins, Dave and Rhonda Hollins. They'll be on at 10:45 a.m. on our power call. Everybody needs the power call. Everybody needs the power call. Everybody needs the power call, folks, because the way to change the nature of our experiences is to change the nature of our thoughts. Your thoughts do not change in a stagnant environment. You had to be a part and amongst that environment that is active. You had to be a part and amongst that environment that is alive, that is invigorating, that's stimulating, and it encourages you to open that door of confidence from within. All right, 10:45. Okay, and again, we're back today at 4 p.m. Eastern. You know, you really have to pay attention to timelines. You really have to hear what I said. So many people were upset with us because we didn't do the training yesterday. But I told you Saturday that we will not be on Sunday at 4 p.m. because I had an appointment with fellow wealth builders who are reaching out to organizations and they wanted me to represent them and represent this opportunity on their behalf. I committed to doing that, just like I commit to any of you to do the same. All right. But please hear instructions. You know, don't get too excited. I mean, yeah, right. Make your list, but there are things that are said. There are things that are posted. Take a look at them. You know, read them, hear them, write them down, lest you forget and blame others for what you should have done. All right. So Monday, today, the 23rd, 4 p.m. Eastern. That's the Zoom platform. You have the meeting ID there. You have the passcode there. Please share it out because we are on fire. This is T7 and counting. Boy, -7 and counting. We about to get it, y'all. We are about to get it. And let me tell you something. The best time to build your business is your so-called holiday seasons. Everybody's home. Everybody's still. Everybody's looking for something different and they want to do something different and they're open to doing different and they're different. Their difference, what they're looking for is between you and this doggone phone. Pick up the phone, folks. Oh, yeah, we're going to drive that point home. I want to see you successful by the thousands. By the thousands of what? People. By the thousands of dollars. By the thousands of ounces, grams, kilograms. Boy, I want you to have it all. Don't you want it to? Don't you want it to? Well, man, if you want it, testify. Put it right here. I want it and I deserve it. Let me see it. I want it and I deserve it. All praise is due to Allah. Let's go, family. Let's go. It's all about belief. I know you have it. I know I have it. And we're going to show and prove to the world. All right. Make sure you take a screenshot of the card for Wealth Builders Worldwide. Make sure you put yourself in position to arm yourself and your downlines and your teams with what they deserve. Okay, take a full screenshot of that. Peace and power. I will see us all. Boy, this was a fire session. I'm going back to study that thing. I will see us all on the power call. Peace and power. And I'll see us again at 4 p.m. Forward. That's right. You absolutely deserve it. Ahoo.
Oh, my people, I want you to understand and know the time. It's time that we are accepted and respected by both man and mankind. You know, the scripture says that God would choose those that are despised and rejected. And we have been that and cast aside. No one wanted us, and no one cared for us. And the worst thing about it, we never cared for ourselves. Oh, but brothers and sisters, it's time now that we fall in love with ourselves and with each other. This world has robbed us of a true guide, but it's time to unite and fight hard for unity. Brothers and sisters, we must live for each other and die for each other, because that's the only way that we're gonna know the meaning of what it is to be free. Then we'll conquer fear and wipe away all our tears. That's the benefit of our unity. Oh, my people, it is written that in the last days God would come after that sheep that was lost, and he has come today, and he has given us Elijah, a man to show us the way out of the ditch of hell. So up, you mighty nation. You can accomplish anything that you will. So let's rise again. Yes, let us build again. As our fathers built the pyramids and the Sphinx and all of the great ancient wonders. Let's rise again and build as our fathers used to do. Come on, let's unite and strive with all our might. Oh, let's fight hard for unity. Brothers and sisters, we must learn to live for each other and die for each other, because that's the only way we're gonna know the joy of being free. We'll conquer fear. We'll conquer fear and wipe away all our tears. That's the benefit of our unity. Come on, black man, rise again. Build again. Unity. Rise again. The basis of unity is love. When we love each other, we come into unity with each other. And when we're in unity, we have the strength and the power to overcome all obstacles in the pathway of our freedom. Yes, brothers and sisters, this is the benefit of our unity. So let's rise again. Come on, black man, rise again. Brothers and sisters, come on. Build again, little bit of unity. So let's rise again, baby, and build again, little bit of unity. Let's rise again and build again. So let's rise again and build again. So let's rise again. Benefit of unity. Build again. Benefit of unity.